Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jimmy and this is Patriots Glow. I have a question for you. Are you tired of seeing the same old fence picket planter that you've seen dozens and dozens of times before? What if I told you that there is a simple, easy way to upgrade all of your fence picket planters and make them unique and special for everybody out there? You don't just have to have the same old box that you always have. Maybe you want a hexagon shaped planter. And if hexagon isn't your style, why don't you try an octagon? And if the octagon is not your style, why don't you try a dodecagon? Dodecagon? 12 sides. Go ahead and try a 12-sided planter. So we will have a planter for every occasion. If you stick around, I'll show you what angles that you need to cut every single one of these out and create yourself a fence picket planter. Let's go. Okay, so first we're going to start out with doing the 45-degree angle cuts, and that's going to make your normal box. But if you guys stick around after this, we're going to show even more cuts where you can get different shapes out of it. So easy enough. Obviously, we all know 45-degree angles, four of these pieces will all equal a box, and that is how we build a box. I'm sure you've built a box, I've built a box, we've all built a box, but that is only the first method that we're going to show here on how one of the ways that you can go ahead and build different planter boxes. So way number one, obviously, we're going to come through here. If you haven't ever seen this, a lot of different woodworkers show this trick. You can use painter's tape. Go ahead and lay your boards down on your painter's tape right here. What we'll end up doing, we'll grab some glue real quick. So a lot of different woodworkers have shown this on their videos, but if you go ahead and grab painter's tape, you basically can make your own clamp here. It's really super simple and easy to do. We'll throw some glue on here just so that we can get everything to hold together, stick together, because we will be showing this at the beginning of the video. No, I promise. Super simple, super easy. Put that over there. All right. And then you'll throw your fourth piece on here. And look at that. Look, I actually got it. All right. Squeeze it all together pretty tight. And go ahead and wrap this around here. And that will keep everything together while you've got it glued. You can grab some brad nails. Let's go ahead and brad nail. All right, simple, easy. You got a box. Obviously, you'll have to cut out the bottom. That's too easy too. So, all right, let's go ahead and show you more cutting here. Okay, for your second cut, you're going to go ahead and set whatever saw you're using to 30 degrees, and that is going to be your next cut. With 30 degrees being your next cut, you're going to make 6 cuts with this. Now, I measured mine all out to 6 inches, so it made a really nice size planter box. Okay, this is where we're going to start changing it up a little bit. We're going to start making different designs and continue on from there. Doing planter boxes like this, or really anything, makes these much nicer. It's not the same old, square planter box that everybody else is building, which, don't get me wrong, I build them too. If it sells, why would you change it? But can you sell something else? Make it a little bit better? Maybe. So let's get all this on here. Doesn't have to be really good. This is just for demonstration purposes. I want everything to hold up though. So at this point, you're also going to fold these. Something you can go ahead and do if you'd like to while you're putting these together, as you let that tape hold those in place, you can come back with a brad nailer and brad nail them in as you go. I did it for a couple and then changed it so I could just set them all up. What? Dumbass. The entire plan changed. Turn it up on its side, okay? It'll make it way easier. Just turn it on its side, dang it. I don't know what I was trying to do. Alright, let's put the other one in here too. What? Hear them dogs barking? So, there we go. This is not coming together. Now, this is what I was talking about. I went ahead and cut these at a smaller length right there, because as we go, this box will get bigger and bigger and bigger. So, well, it's not a box anymore, is it? You know what I'm talking about. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one and see how that turns out, okay? Now, for this next cut, you're going to go ahead and set your saw at 22.5 degrees, and that will be your next one. This is going to end up making your octagon, so you're going to actually cut 8 sides out for this one here. Now, as long as it's not going too fast, what you might realize through the video is that as I'm cutting these, I just flip the board and use another previous cut piece to measure that, and then flip the board again. Once again, we're going to go ahead and get all of our pieces lined up with this tape, and then once we get it there, I'm not going to be able to get this glue spreader 3000 in there, but I am going to go ahead and squirt some glue in all those sides so that we can round this up, and glue will be all in those sides. Look, so it is together. It did work. Be very careful while you're doing these brad nails, if you're doing these brad nails, because as you continue to go, you'll have less of a surface area to actually insert your brad nails. Now, I will say for this one, I would probably put 3 brad nails in going all the way around to make sure that this stays together really well, because it has such a small amount to actually dig into and go into this. Now, something that will make it a little bit stronger is when you put the bottom in, depending on how you decide to put these bottoms in or how you want these bottoms. All right. So, another one down. Let's put the next one together. Okay, so for this final saw cut, we are going to go ahead and move your saw to 15 degrees, and we are going to need to cut out 12 sides of this. And I would probably go down to 2, maybe 3 inches max, and you're going to find out why, because this thing starts to get pretty big. Not as big as that head, but well, I guess it does. A little bit bigger even. Okay, so this part here, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous because this is a lot of parts that we got to try to get glued and wrapped up all together without falling apart. So let's go. Okay, so do you remember that one time I said, watch out how long the dimensions you make these, because we're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger? This is what happens when you don't listen to your own advice. So we're going to have quite a big design here. So bear with me. It'll probably fall apart 15 times with me trying to put it together. I suppose I could try to set it all up first. So as you're putting this all together and actually closing it up, you'll see that I kind of cradle it and then pull it towards me and flip it. It is much easier if you put it on your side to have something flat to go on. This is the part that it starts to become a little bit tricky, because putting those brad nails in, you have to be very careful because you don't get much surface area to actually put those brad nails in. So just be careful and take your time. All right, so this is the last way to show you. Now you can continue to do this with different degrees. I know of one more, but I am not doing that one because I've already got this and we've used up 2 fence pickets. So one of the big things is, once you go to do this, put the bottom into here, this will become a lot more sturdy. And something like this, I would probably make this a 2-tier because it's so big. Look, man, this thing's gonna fit my head in it. And I got a big head. So these are a few different designs of different ways that you can make different planter boxes, make nice little stands. And I think I will go ahead and incorporate this and make some stands for this. So I will make some bottoms and make some stands and show you what those look like. Okay, so last thing we were doing before everything started falling apart, I went ahead and shown how we're going to go ahead and get all of the bottoms for these. And it was as simple as bringing your box over, lining it up, taking a pen or a pencil, coming in, marking all of your sides. Once they're all marked, you bring these down. And then what we're going to end up doing is coming back through with a jigsaw, or any type of saw that you want to use will work perfectly fine. Then what we had come back through to do is cut everything off right here. Okay, so what I end up doing is measuring out all the different sizes of the bottoms of these planter boxes and cutting those out. Trying to fit this one up, I had trouble matching the shape. I got kind of confused. But once we got that on there, with this biggest planter box, we actually had to take that fence picket, measure it on one side, cut that out for the 1/2, and then go in and measure for the second half, which would obviously be the same exact measurement as the first side. Cut that out, and then we glued that center in and forced those 2 pieces down in between, and that gave us our bottom. Now I also go over, you can put smaller pieces going across on the inside of that. Since it's a planter, it will get covered up, so you don't have to worry about that being exposed or somebody going, oh, what is that? So that is something else really nice and easy for you to do. Really simple, easy. You can do this on that miter saw, table saw, or a circular saw. For that matter, a handsaw and a miter box can create these planter boxes right here. So no matter what you think, you can do these. Very simple, very easy, and they're not going to be like all the other ones that you have out here. So I really like them, really enjoy them. If you do, please hit that like, subscribe, and share this with family and friends. It helps the channel. It helps our mission. Thank you very much, guys, and I will catch you in the next video.